Ladies and gentlemen, we're live in the very historic Ateneo de Manila University, where a lot of greats have come from. But it all culminates here inside the Blue Eagle Gym at the heart of Katipunan and Quezon City. Again, the semifinals phase of our NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour, all happening in neutral grounds and the Ateneo de Manila University Blue Eagle Gym. We have a total of 2 games today. Again, as you can see, our players warming up, getting ready for some semifinals action. As we have a doubleheader today. Later on, we have a showdown between the UST Growling Tigers and the LaSalle Green Archers. But for now, we'll put our focus to our 2 p.m. showdown. It's between the NU Bulldogs and the Beda Red Lions. So good day, collegiate basketball fans. Once again, we're live inside the very historic Ateneo de Manila University, inside the Blue Eagle Gym, for our semifinals phase of the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. And again, as you can see, our players all warming up, getting ready for the action. Again, we have a total of 2 showdowns so far. It's between first the Beda Red Lions and the NU Bulldogs and the LaSalle Green Archers. So a lot of action happening today, all culminating in the Ateneo de Manila University. And again, my name is Cholo Pangilinan. Thank you very much for tuning into the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. I'll be guiding you throughout the action first of our semifinals matchup between one of the underdogs of the UAP, the NU Bulldogs, and one of the most decorated collegiate basketball programs in the country, the Beda Red Lions. But before we head into the action, first let's talk about our tournament standings, or rather tournament brackets, the current version of our tournament brackets. On the right side of things, we see NU going up against Beda. Again, that is our current game. And on the, or rather that's the left side, on the right side of things, we have UST going up against DLSU. So later on, that's going to be such a fun match to have, but we have a battle for third place. So even though we have some losers in these matchups, the teams still have a chance to climb up to the podium and still, go home to their respective campuses with a smile. So that is the beauty of our NSAC 2026. Of course, we're not forgetting the teams that put an effort to be here, to show up, and of course to try to get some upsets between the more known teams, of course, in Philippine collegiate basketball. That is the beauty of this NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. But now let's talk about first, who has the stronger bite? Is it Reinhard Humamoy, Coach Jeff Napa, and the NU Bulldogs? Well, let's take a look at the numbers. Who has the sharper bite between them and the Beda Red Lions? And of course, Coach Yuri Escueta, the NCAA Season 101 champions. It's going to be quite a difficult question to answer, but that is the purpose of the semifinals matchup. As you can see the numbers on your screens, to be fair, they have almost identical numbers throughout our NSAC 2026, although NU has a slightly higher field goal percentage against the Red Lions. Although Beda is averaging close to 10 3-point field goals per game, which is, by the way, the highest in the league. So that will say volumes about how efficient this Coach Yuri Escueta-led team is. But for NU, they shoot better in the free throw line, averaging close to 60%, while Beda only shoots 51 in the free throw line, which is unfortunately for the Red Lions the lowest in the league. So a lot of ups and downs in terms of the numbers for both NU and Beda. Beda also handles the ball better, getting lesser turnovers at the average of only 14 per game, the 5th best in the league. So that is something the NU will also have to address, their ball handling capabilities. And there you go, that is our, again, the biggest question, arguably, for this matchup. Who was the stronger bite? Is it these guys, the Beda Red Lions, or the NU Bulldogs? But now, let's move on to a much more specific question. Who has the sharper fangs between the Bulldog, that is Reinhard Humamoy, or the newcomer Red Lion, that is Daniel Marcelo? Well, again, just like a while ago, let's take a look at the numbers. For Reinhard Humamoy, this guy, he was named the best player of the game against their big win in the quarterfinals phase of the NSAC 2026 against the UP Fighting Maroons. He also has a good defensive rebounding average of close to 4 rebounds per game, and also averages close to 22 minutes per outing. A lot of trust given by Coach Jeff Napa into this junior Bulldog. But on the Minjola side of things, for Daniel Marcelo, had an explosive first half against Letran, 21 big points in that one, and really established himself as a reliable scorer for the Beda Red Lions, also shooting 83% from the free throw line. Again, safe to say, one of the most efficient Red Lions on the floor for Coach Yuri Escueta. And again, same theme for our last question. That is such a difficult question to answer. But again, that is the purpose of our semifinals matchup. Once again, only here in the NSAC 2026, a matchup between the underdogs of the UAAP, the NU Bulldogs, and one of the most decorated collegiate basketball programs in the country, the San Beda Red Lions. And now we turn it over to this game. As we can see, we have the first quarter starting in a bit. A jump ball between Lawrence Hawkins and Moti Asana. First dips of our game for the San Beda Red Lions. Let's see what they have in mind. They try a downtown shot. That won't go as Humamoy grabs down the rebound. Meanwhile, Humamoy has it. Again, the FSA for NU is Modi Asana. For San Beda, no FSA. It's Lawrence Hawkins in the middle, as that's a fadeaway from Mac Alfanta, the first field goal of this game for the Bulldogs. Make it 2-0, although that's going to be a denial from Diasana, and he gets the rebound as well. Oh, San Beda takes it away. Torculas skying high for 2 points. That's the first basket of San Beda this period. Meanwhile, we have a quick foul called on the Red Lions. As we'll take another look. A while ago, it was Penny Estacio taking it away for San Beda, and then Aldous Torculas quickly soaring high for 2 points at the break. Make it a deadlock at 2 so far. Meanwhile, it's Humamoy up top, surveying the court, gives it up to Francisco as he attacks from the right side. The fake outside again. Alfanta with the basketball. Alfanta, nowhere to go, sends it outside. Francisco bailout 3, and that won't go for Francisco. Etulia grabs the rebound for San Beda. And the Red Lions will now have this possession. Looks like they will take their time. Estacio to the corner, Kalimag. This time it's Etulia, the handoff to Kalimag. Kalimag stops, pops, but won't drop for RC Kalimag. A chance for Reinhard Humamoy and the Bulldogs to take the lead here, as Humamoy swings it to Francisco. NU trying to come up with something. Serrano hands it off. Humamoy, Alfanta this time from the right side, attacks left. This time Francisco again. He will have to shoot it. That is a 3 seconds violation coming from NU. Although Coach MC Abulucion was telling Paul Francisco to just shoot that basketball. So let's see if San Beda can make their opponents pay with this possession. But right now, it's Etulia trying to make things happen. Hawkins against the much bigger Diasana. However, that's going to be a foul on NU. So 2 free throws coming up for Lawrence Hawkins. Again, no FSA for the reigning NCAA champions. So right now he's tasked to defend the much bigger Mo Diasana as he airballs that first free throw. Would have given San Beda the lead here, although he has 1 more left in the tank to give San Beda a thin margin of 1. Zero out of 2. Hawkins gets it back, and he draws another foul, so he's able to redeem himself, or at least a chance to redeem himself at the line with 2 more free throws. As that has been the role of someone like Lawrence Hawkins for Coach Yuri Escueta. Again, a lot of capable guards and wings in this San Beda team, but they do lack a banger like Hawkins, although unfortunately he will miss his free throw. But he has 1 more left. So 1 out of 4. So 1 is better than none, they say. San Beda right now with a 1-point lead, 3-2. Meanwhile, Humamoy inside incursion for their junior Bulldog, Reinhard Humamoy. Make it 4-3. NU reclaiming the lead here. Hawkins looking for a handoff, gives it up instead to Etulie. Etulia trying to make things happen, but we have a whistle. Let's take a look again. A while ago, it was Reinhard Humamoy attacking for 2 points, trying to make things happen. And let's see if he can take over the game. But for now, NU is going to be defending this San Beda possession. Meanwhile, Kalimag attacking off the glass. It works for RC Kalimag. Humamoy to Francisco, the handoff to Reinhard Humamoy. As 3 minutes passed by this first quarter, we have another whistle. Score is currently at 5-4. Outside is Alfanta. Will hand it off to Humamoy. Their primary playmaker inside to Diasana. Almost but not quite, as you can see the disbelief in the new FSA's face of NU. 2 free throws shall be awarded to Mo Diasana. So far, San Beda holding on to a 1-point lead as we have under 7 minutes left to play in our opening chapter. First free throw won't go in for Mo Diasana, as he also airballs that one, similar to that one attempt a while ago from Lawrence Hawkins. But right now, one more free throw coming up for Mo Diasana. Again, unfortunately, the mainstay FSA of NU, Omar John, has decided to play professionally in Japan. So, big shoes to fill for Mo Diasana of NU. But for now, it's going to be a tied game at 5. Etulia attacks. Etulia, Pinoy step. What a move from the lanky and the lengthy Zed Etulia. And he makes it a 2-point lead for San Beda. It's 7-5 now. NU almost lost it. Serrano lays it up and lays it in. Easy 2 points for Edson Serrano, another newcomer for Coach Jeff Napa. He's able to tie this game up at 7-all. Kalimag to Etulie. The spin. Outside again. Estacio. 15-footer. That works for Benny Estacio. And that'll give San Beda once again a 2-point advantage here, 9-7. 4 minutes passing by our opening chapter. Francisco hands it off to Humamoy. Humamoy looking for an opening. And he's fouled by San Beda here. I believe that's Estacio. As we'll take a look one more time in this Edson Serrano sequence. Found an opening, took advantage of it, and scored 2 points. Again, a newcomer, previously played for the St. Benil Blazers. This one, another newcomer, at least 2 years ago for San Beda. Previously played for DLSU, but already spent the last 2 seasons with San Beda Red Lions. But right now, NU will have a chance to either take the lead with a 3 or he will take the lead, or not that time for Reinhard Humamoy. Meanwhile, the attack here, Marcelo sends it outside, ends up with Torculas for a 3. Aldous Torculas gives San Beda a 5-point advantage. Make it 12-7. Humamoy to Francisco. Another handoff to Reinhard. This time it's Alfanta. Palacielo backing down Etulia. This should be a fun matchup. Palacielo making things happen and using his muscles to score 2 points. So lead is trimmed down to 3 points for San Beda. As Marcelo now recently checked in for Coach Yuri. Etulia grabs the offensive rebound off that Kalimag miss. Meanwhile, RC has it. Kalimag to Marcelo at the corner. In and out for Daniel Marcelo. Here comes Francisco attacking outside. Palacielo, the spin, the attack. Tough shot goes in anyway for BJ Palacielo. So just like that, lead is trimmed down to 1 point for San Beda. Let's see what Daniel Marcelo has in mind. A while ago, we put him on the spotlight during our pregame, him and Reinhard Humamoy. But first, let's check this one out again. PJ Palachelo, arguably the best guy out there for NU come season 89 of the UAAP, as he had a personal 4-0 run for NU, trimming down this San Beda lead to just 1 point. Right now, it's Davao seeing action for the first time this game. Marcelo inside again. And Songkuya having a hard time. That's going to be a turnover for San Beda. And NU once again with a chance to take the lead here. Again, Humamoy manning the point guard spot for Coach Jeff Napa, the primary playmaker of this NU Bulldog squad. As Humamoy has it up top. And we have a whistle from our officials. An offensive foul called on the Bulldogs. So San Beda will get it back after all. And NU failing to make their opponents pay. But right now, San Beda with a chance to add to this 1 point advantage as we approach the 4-minute mark of our opening chapter. Davao with the basketball. Kalimag on the left side. Meanwhile, Songkuya to Marcelo. Inside to Songkuya again, and he will draw the foul. A lot of contact between Palachelo and Songkuya. So right now, 2 free throws will be given to Menard Songkuya. First free throw coming up for Menard Songkuya of the San Beda Red Lions. First one goes in. San Beda right now with a 2-point lead, a chance to make it 3. With one more free throw coming for Menard Songkuya as we're past the 4-minute mark of our opening chapter. Free throw goes in for Menard Songkuya, makes it a 3-point lead for San Beda. As Humamoy has it. Palachelo, the handoff once again to Humamoy. Davao tasked to defend Humamoy. Humamoy escapes, outside dish, tapped away by Marcelo. Possession stays with the Bulldogs. That's a miss coming from NU. San Beda right now with a chance to extend this 3-point lead. Songkuya will look for the handoff. Kalimag this time ends up with Davao. It's a pick from Lina. Back to Kalimag, almost a turnover. Pick offered by Songkuya. Songkuya to Marcelo for 3. In and out for Daniel Marcelo. Kalimag fighting for that rebound. But possession will go with the NU Bulldogs. So that's going to be a foul after all on Richie Kalimag. As we'll take a look at this one more time. Daniel Marcelo unable to hit the 3. Again, Kalimag going for that rebound, but unfortunately getting called for that foul. And by the way, there are 2 Kalimags in that San Beda roster. First one is the older RC, and second one is the younger Richie. So right now, Richie is playing, but right now, free throws for PJ Palachelo. A tough matchup for the big guys of San Beda, although he will miss his first free throw. As NU right now is trailing by 3 points. On your screens, Coach Jeff Napa, the rest of his coaching staff. Coach MC, Coach Dennis, Coach Shot, all trying to steal a win here against one of the most decorated collegiate basketball programs in the country. Davao, outside dish, Marcelo to Songkuya. And that goes in for Menard Songkuya, makes it a 4-point lead for San Beda. Tebol Garcia with a basketball. The handoff from Reyes. Garcia attacks, loses it. A foul called on Menard Songkuya. So 2 free throws will be given to NU as San Beda now is at the penalty. So far, NU trailing by 4 points. As on your screens, the Cool Club himself, Jacob Cortez, in attendance. is supporting his former team, San Beda, and will play or support his current team later on, the DLSU Green Archers. They will face the UST Growling Tigers. Again, 4-point lead for San Beda. Free throw goes in for Tebol Garcia. It is trimmed down to a single possession lead for San Beda as Davao has it. Davao the handoff to Marcelo. Kalimag on the right side of the arc. Swings it to Marcelo. Shot clock at 8. Kalimag. Stopped by Palacielo. This time it's Marcelo. Pulls up for 3. And that is way off. Stellar defense coming from the NU Bulldogs, forcing a shot clock violation on the NCAA Season 101 champions. On your screens, in attendance is Jomel Puno, former San Beda Red Lion, and right now is playing in the professionals. So a lot of former players supporting their former teams. Again, that is the beauty of college basketball and the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. And quite ironic that we're playing in neutral grounds in Ateneo, as Tebol Garcia will miss that runner. Meanwhile, Marcelo, a foul called on Tebol Garcia. The free throw shall be given to the very reliable Daniel Marcelo. Free throw number 1 here for Daniel Marcelo. A while ago, we talked about him. Averages close to 13 points per game. Shooting close to 40% from the field. 35% from beyond the arc. And close to 1 takeaway per game. And looks to be one of the main scorers of the San Beda team come season 102 of the NCAA. But right now, it's Tebol Garcia and NU trying to chase this 2-possession deficit. Palacielo puts one up. That is way off for PJ. Daba with the basketball. Kalimag unable to hit the 3, but San Beda stays with it. Marcelo looking for a teammate. Gives it up to Songkuya. Outside again, Marcelo. Looking for a teammate. Daniel takes it anyway. That is too strong. Kalimag picks it up. Kalimag loses it. And possession will stay with San Beda. Oh, wait a minute. Our officials will correct their initial call. That is a shot clock violation. So possession will go with NU after all, as they're chasing currently a 5-point deficit. But over a minute left to play in our opening chapter.
Current first shot coming in for the Bulldogs.
Our officials talking things over. Right now, San Beda with a 5-point lead. Again, our score 18-13, a 5-point lead for San Beda. As we have a short break here, our officials talking things over. Let's see what the final verdict will be from the last possession. But again, talking about both NU and San Beda, they have almost identical numbers. NU scoring 72 points per game this tournament. San Beda scoring 71. So in terms of that offensive average, that is very close, only 1 point difference. But right now, NU will get possession, as it was deemed a shot clock violation for San Beda in their previous possession. Right now, it's Cartel, the newcomer bullpup. So we have another foul on San Beda. So Mako Dabao getting called for that foul. Coach Yuri not happy with that foul, as again, San Beda is at the penalty.
For Chad Cortell.
Free throws will be given to Chad Cortell. Him and Davao actually faced each other last UAAP Season 88 Juniors Division, as first free throw went in for Chad Cortell. Unfortunately, him and the Bullpops lost against the FEU Diliman Baby Tamaraws in that finals of the UAAP Juniors Division. Although, good to see Chad Cortell climb up the Bulldogs cage in the Seniors Division. Right now, Marcelo has it. Marcelo ends up with Davao at the corner. That is off. Reyes battling for that rebound. He gets it. Debol Garcia with the basketball. Garcia, beautiful move, but unable to finish. And possession will go back.
Shot clock at 40 seconds.
So NU will be getting back the possession here. Shot clock is at 14. Right now, it's Reyes. Puts in the three. And with that, we have a tied game at 18. 30 seconds remaining in our opening chapter. A big shot coming from Vince Reyes of NU. As Marcelo has it. Marcelo against Cortell. Bonzalida has it. Gives it up to Marcelo. San Beda setting up a play here, but it's taken away by Chad Cortell. Cortell in transition. No look pass to Palachelo. And inside incursion in transition for the NU Bulldogs. 7.6 seconds remaining. NU so far with a 2-point lead. After that, Palachelo go-ahead basket at the break. So San Beda will have a chance to score the first or the last basket of our opening chapter. They have 7 seconds to work with. Marcelo rushing to the other side. Daniel Marcelo looking at the time, gives it up to Lina, and Lina will score. And with that Bismarck Lina basket, we have a tied game at 20 as we end our opening chapter.
The score is tied at 20.
And what an electrifying quarter it has been. Both teams producing 20 big points. A deadlock in our first quarter of the semifinals matchup once again between San Beda and NU. We'll be back for some second quarter action. Back inside the Blue Eagle Gym in Ateneo de Manila University. At the end of our first quarter, we had a score of 20-all, a deadlock after that Bismarck Lina basket to tie things up. And now we approach our second quarter. Again, both teams not backing down from the challenge. Again, NU, the perennial underdogs, arguably, of the UAAP, and San Beda, a very different team for them. One of the most decorated collegiate basketball programs in our country. And ironically yet poetically, we're playing in the Blue Eagle Gym as we now approach our second quarter. First dibs of our second quarter belonging to the NU Bulldogs. As it's Palachelo. Outside it's Reyes. Hit a three a while ago. It's back to PJ. Palachelo, baseline drive. Outside again, Cortell for a three. In and out. Debol Garcia gets it back and puts it back in. Debol Garcia with some hustle that time around, but right now San Beda with the possession. NU scoring their first basket in their first possession right now. San Beda, let's see if they can do the same as Hamora hits a three. And Kyle Hamora making his presence felt early in our second quarter, giving San Beda a 1-point lead. Temple Garcia with the basketball. Outside again. And this time it's Cartel. Outside, Palacielo stops, but won't pop. So far, San Beda with a 1-point lead after Kyle Hamora hit that three-pointer from the left corner. But right now, it's NU with possession here. Baseline trigger for Tebol Garcia. Outside it's Francisco. Swings it to Laconsay. Seeing action for the first time this game, by the way. Palacielo hounded. Taken away. Here comes the Red Lions. Inside Bonzalida. Outside again. Katlimag for three. Bombs away for RC Katlimag. And with that, San Beda holds on to a 4-point lead. Francisco fading away. NU unable to hit that fadeaway shot. And San Beda with a chance to elevate this 4-point advantage. Hawkins outside again. Hamora with the basketball. Hamora. They try a three. That won't go. They try to get it back, and they do. Hamora. San Beda once again with a possession. They have 8 to shoot here. The handoff. Bonzalida hits a three. San Beda is feeling it early in our second quarter. Garcia to Laconsay. And you're right now facing a sudden burst from San Beda. A 7-point deficit now. As Garcia still unable to hit for NU. The Bulldogs needed that one. But right now it's Hamora and company. Kalimag with the basketball. Kalimag to Halbuena. Inside, Hawkins. Almost but not quite, but will be shooting 2 free throws. As we'll check this out one more time. A while ago it was Kyle Hamora hitting from downtown in that left corner in front of their bench. And then afterwards, same spot, same result, this time for RC Kalimag. And then afterwards, almost the same spot, but the same result definitely for JC Bonzalida. But right now, it's Hawkins missing that first free throw. Even though he has missed a couple of free throws. He's been able to live up to that role as a banger, a bruiser for Coach Yuri Esqueda, Coach Andre Santos, and the rest of San Beda. Second free throw here for Lawrence Hawkins. And that goes in. The timeout called here by the NU Bulldogs as they're facing an 8-point deficit. A sudden burst from San Beda early in our second quarter. You're still tuning in to the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. It's the second quarter of our semifinals matchup, once again between the San Beda Red Lions and the NU Bulldogs. 8-point lead for San Beda so far. As Reiner Rumamoy and NU will try to subtract that deficit. Meanwhile, it's Laconsay to Humamoy. Right side pass to Diasana. Reinserted by Coach Jeff Napa just recently. As Humamoy will attack, Humamoy will score. Much needed basket for NU. as Lee's trimmed down to 6 points here. Turkulas to Hawkins. Hawkins hands it off to Kalimag. Kalimag searches for Turkulas on the left side. He attacks, left side pass. Kalimag from downtown. That is no good. Beda right now with a 6-point advantage. As we're past the 70-minute mark of our second chapter. Humamoy on the right side of things. The pick from Diasana. Hawkins quickly picking up Reinhard Humamoy, but that is a foul against Beda. As we have an incoming two-man substitution here for Coach Yuri Escueta. It's Zed Etulia and Penny Estacio checking in for Kyle Hamora and Zane Halbuena. It's 14 to shoot here for NU. Nakonsai, sideline trigger, gives it up to Diasana, the handoff to Humamoy. Shot clock at 10 for NU. Humamoy searching for options, outside swing, ends up with Serrano, but he is unable to hit the three. But we have a whistle from our officials. That's going to be another foul on Beda. So we have another redo here for NU. As we see Bismarck Lina check in for Lawrence Hawkins. And we have over 6 minutes left to play in our second quarter. Humamoy with the basketball. The pick from Diasana. Humamoy thought about the three, sends it out to Lakonsay instead. But he's unable to hit the three. Although Serrano gets it back. Shot clock at 3 for NU. Serrano fading away. Serrano off the back iron. Turkulas gets it for Beda. Etulie has it for the Red Lions. Gives it up to Estacio on the right side. To the corner, Etulie tries a three. And he puts it in. Zed Etulie elevates this Beda lead to 9 points. Humamoy will try to answer back. He won't. Etulie getting the rebound. Beda with that possession, although Etulie limping after that fast break. Hopefully he's all okay, but good thing Aldous Turkulas is checking up on him so far. But right now, we'll take another look. A while ago, it was Zed Etulie hitting the three from that right corner, putting Beda up by 9 points, and then quickly drawing the foul afterwards in transition. But hopefully he's all okay after we saw him limping on the baseline. Coach Yuri Escueta having a few words for our officials, him and Coach Boyet Fernandez. So our officials will review things more thoroughly, as again, this is no joke. This is a semifinals matchup. Once again, between Beda and the NU. Again, Beda averaging 71 points per game as a team in this tournament. NU averaging 72. So not a lot of differences between our teams in terms of numbers, as we've mentioned a while ago into the pregame. But again, I mean, at some point of this game, you will have to ignore the numbers and focus on the here and now. And I'm sure we're nearing that moment, as right now Beda is holding on to a 9-point lead, 33-24. And we're nearing the halfway mark of our second chapter. So expect things to be more intense. On your screens in attendance, we'll be playing next game, his team, Coach Topex Robinson, UAAP Season 88 champions, the Kings of the UAAP. But for the past games, Coach Topex did not call the shots for DLSU, so let's see if this time around he'll be the one to call the shots, as it proves to be a very crucial game against their fellow contender in the UAAP, the UST Growling Tigers. But right now, Etulie will be hitting that first free throw, as he has one more left in the bag. So this seems to be an unsportsmanlike foul called an NU. Second free throw goes in for Etulie. And we have an 11-point difference in favor of Beda, not to mention a chance to add to that 11-point advantage, as Estacio will bring it out from the sidelines. Estacio. This time it's Lina, hounded by Diasana. Kalimag up top. It's Etulia inside to Lina. Baby hook won't work for Lina. And rebound is pulled down by Lacunsay. DJ in transition. Will pull back. Crossover move. Lacunsay the stop. Lacunsay no good. Estacio ends up with the basketball, and we have a foul called on NU. So we have an incoming substitution here. Lacunsay getting subbed out. Macalfanta getting checked in by Coach Jeff Napa. And for San Beda, it's going to be their possession, as Kalimag will bring it out from the sidelines. And Estacio currently manning the point guard spot for San Beda, as he's guarded by the young Dwayne Miranda. The pick from Kalimag. Estacio with the basketball. Looking for a teammate, finds Lina. It's back to Penny. Estacio looking for a teammate once again. It's Kalimag this time. He will fade away, and he will put one in. RC Kalimag making things happen for the San Beda Red Lions. And he makes it a 13-point advantage. Miranda executing a play for the Bulldogs. Humamoy along with Miranda in the backcourt. Dwayne Miranda searching for an opening. Miranda attacks. Miranda short on that attempt. Although Diasana will put it back in, plus the foul. Much needed production for the boys of Coach Jeff Napa, as they're down by double digits. But a chance to make it a 3-point play for the newcomer Mo Diasana. Again, Omar John out, Mo Diasana in. Coach Jeff Napa will expect a lot from him, as he will have big shoes to fill come season 89 of the UAAP. But right now, free throw for Mo Diasana to trim this lead to just 10 points. And he will complete that 3-point play. And we have a timeout called here by the San Beda Red Lions and Coach Yuri Escueta, as currently they're enjoying a 10-point lead, 37-27, with less than 5 minutes remaining in our second chapter. You're still tuning into the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. This is the second quarter of the semifinals matchup between the NU Bulldogs and the San Beda Red Lions. Currently a 10-point advantage for San Beda, as we have over 4 minutes remaining in our second chapter. It's still Penny Estacio leading the charge for San Beda here, as he's manning the point guard position. Him and Daniel Marcelo in the backcourt for Coach Yuri Escueta. Torculas with the basketball, almost lost it. Torculas, oh, that's taken away by the young Dwayne Miranda. In transition, he gives it up to Reinhard Humamoy, and NU will reset. Humamoy up top. Task to defend him is Estacio. Humamoy, this time it's Palachelo against Songkuya. Almost a steal. A lot of hustle being played here by Penny Estacio, as he asks Coach Yuri to use his coach challenge. It looks like San Beda will indeed use their coach's challenge here. So far, NU scoring only 7 points in this quarter compared to 17 of San Beda. And right now, that's the reason why they have a 10-point lead. Right now, our officials taking a look at what exactly happened. Again, I believe it was Penny Estacio intercepting the passing lanes for NU, and then San Beda arguing that it was last touched by a Bulldog. But of course, our officials have the best angle of the action, so they will have the final say, and they will have the final verdict. But for now, our team's using this as a mini timeout, looking to talk things over even a little bit. So far, leading the charge for both of our squads, San Beda. For San Beda, it's Etulie and Kalimag. Richie, or rather RC Kalimag, both have 7 points. PJ Palacielo has 7. Aldous Torculas has 5 points. Humamoy has 4. Diasana has 4. So no player yet in double figures for both San Beda and NU. A very distributed scoring output for both of our squads. But for San Beda, they've sank so far 5 3-pointers out of their 13 attempts, good for 38% compared to only 1 of NU. They're currently 1 out of 7 from beyond the arc. So the challenge of Coach Yuri is successful, and San Beda will indeed get possession as they have a 10-point lead here. A good chance for them to put more distance between them and their opponents. As right now, it's Estacio with the basketball. Marcelo has it on the left side of the arc. Torculas getting free. It's back to Marcelo. Shot clock at 12 for San Beda. Humamoy defending Marcelo. Torculas inside. A beautiful pass from Marcelo. Torculas just couldn't finish. And we have some helter-skelter basketball here. But looks like possession will stay with San Beda. Oh, wait a minute. Our officials will correct their initial call. And possession will go after all to NU. And if you're the Bulldogs, you would want to take advantage of these kinds of circumstances. As, again, NU have only scored 7 points in this quarter compared to 17 of San Beda. As Miranda has it for NU. Him and Humamoy in the backcourt for Coach Jeff Napa. Estacio defending Miranda. This time it's Alfanta against Torculas. Palacielo against Lina. Shot clock at 5 for NU. Palacielo having a hard time. He will fade away, but he won't put it in. But we do have a foul here. It's going to be against San Beda. So it's going to be on Menard Songkuya. And JC Bonzaleda will check in, replacing Aldous Torculas. Over 3 minutes left to play in our second chapter. Palacielo puts one up. Tried it off the glass, but won't work. He gets it back, but we have a foul. And yet again, that's another foul on San Beda. So far, we have a deadlock in terms of rebounds for both NU and San Beda, both at 15. So right now, free throws, I believe, shall be given to the mainstay Bulldog for NU, PJ Palacielo. Again, a lot of departures from last season for this NU squad. PJ Palacielo have decided to stay and play his final playing year. And who knows, this might be, or the next season might be the season where NU will go deeper than what they reached last season. Right now, free throw number 1 was able to trim down this lead to just single digits. Second free throw coming up. Palacielo goes 2 out of 2. And it's down to an 8-point lead. Albuena will check in. Lina will check out. Songkuya will also check out. Davao checking in for San Beda. Albuena will bring it down for the Red Lions. Bonzalida, the handoff to Davao. Davao, the pick from Lina. Shot clock at 11 for San Beda. They have time to work with. Marcelo looking for an opening, crossover move, will attack, and he draws a foul. 2 free throws coming up for the explosive Daniel Marcelo, who so far has 2 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 dimes, but has averaged, again, close to 13 points per game in 18 minutes of action this NSAC 2026. So again, Daniel Marcelo will be shooting 2 free throws here.
2 free throws for Don Marcelo.
He's going to be playing his first season of NCAA basketball in season 102. And will look to be a reliable scorer here for Coach Yuri Escueta, after, of course, the departure of Janty Miller. Second free throw here for Daniel Marcelo. And he goes 2 out of 2. So lead us back to 10 points for San Beda, 39-29. Under 3 minutes left to play in our second quarter here, as Humamoy will use the pick from Reyes. Humamoy, the handoff from Diasana. Reinhard Humamoy unable to hit the 3. He tried to get it back, but Marcelo ends up with it. Marcelo putting on the moves, will fade away. That rolls out. And a foul called on the Bulldogs. We'll check it out one more time. A while ago, Marcelo unable to hit that fadeaway, and we have a foul called on San Beda, or called on NU. So right now it's JC Bonzalida at the free throw line. First free throw is good for the sharp shooting wing of San Beda University. Second free throw coming up for JC Bonzalida. He'll go 1 out of 2. San Beda right now with an 11-point advantage after Bonzalida went 1 out of 2. As we're approaching the last 2 minutes of our second chapter. This time it's Humamoy against Davao. Meanwhile, Palacielo on the left side. Diasana outside again, Francisco for 3, and he puts it in. Paul Francisco trims down this San Beda lead to just 8 points. But they will have to defend this possession as Marcelo has it. Marcelo, Tolina, it's back to Daniel. Marcelo looking for an opening. Outside, it's Bonzalida for 3. He answers back with his own 3-pointer. And with that, lead us back to 11 points for San Beda. But right now, National U will try to generate more points here as Francisco has it. But we have a foul on the Red Lions.
Second foul on
Coach Andre Santos giving a piece of advice for Mako Davao perhaps to take it easy with the fouls, as right now San Beda is at the penalty situation. Right now, Paul Francisco, another sharp shooting guard here, slash wing for NU, will be shooting 2 free throws. A chance to trim down this 11-point lead, and he does with that first one. It's at 10 points right now. Over a minute left to play in our second chapter. Free throw number 2 for the sharp shooting Paul Francisco. However, he will go 1 out of 2. Bonzalida tried to save it, but NU luckily will retain possession here. So far, leading the charge for NU is PJ Palacielo with 9 points. And for San Beda, it's Bonzalida, Kalimag, and Etulia all with 7 points, as Francisco is unable to hit the 3. Everybody going for the basketball, but it ends up with Bonzalida. Bonzalida brings it down for San Beda. Amora outside. Albuena will offer the screen here. Albuena will use that screen twice, or rather Amora. And we have another foul, but this time on the NU Bulldogs. So penalty free throws will be given to San Beda. It's Zane Albuena shooting 2 here, as Laconsay will be subbed out. Same goes with Humamoy. So free throw number 1 here for Zane Halbuena. Another lengthy forward for San Beda. He will miss his first free throw, unfortunately. Again, talking about the Red Lions so far, they have sank 6 3-pointers in our game. 6 out of 14 to be exact. So he will go 1 out of 2. Lead is at 11 points for the Red Lions. And Bonzalida denies Francisco. And he's all fired up after that sequence. As we have over a minute left to play in our second chapter, we'll take another look. Again, Francisco thought it had an opening, but Bonzalida says no and denies him of that shot. But right now, Palacielo able to hit that shot. Much needed basket for PJ Palacielo and the NU Bulldogs as they trim down this lead. Timeout called here by Coach Yuri Escueta as they're up by 9 points. Over a minute left to play in our second chapter. Back inside the Blue Eagle gym. We'll take a look one more time in this PJ Palacielo money from the mid-range. One of the many skill sets of PJ Palacielo. But right now we have under a minute left to play in our second chapter. 9-point lead for the Red Lions as Marcelo has it way outside. Humamoy tasked to defend him. Marcelo. Oh, that's taken away by NU. Garcia in transition. Tebol Garcia attacks. Tebol Garcia denied by Halbuena. And possession will go back to San Beda. What a sequence for the Red Lions. As we have Coach Jeff Napa insert Dwayne Miranda, replacing Tebol Garcia. 42 seconds remaining in our first half. San Beda a chance to make it once again a double-digit lead here. Hamora with the basketball, hands it off to Marcelo. Humamoy, tasked to defend. Daniel Marcelo. Marcelo swings it outside. Bonzalida, another pass. Halbuena the fake. Halbuena outside again. Hamora for 3. Hamora puts it in. Kyle Hamora with a big basket to put San Beda up by 12 points. 47-35 with 18 seconds remaining in our first half. Back inside the Blue Eagle gym, 18 seconds remaining in our second chapter As we'll take another look on that three-point basket a while ago from Kyle Hamora. That is his second three-pointer of this game, making his presence felt in the dying seconds of our first half. Again, 12-point lead for the San Beda Red Lions, 47-35, but a chance for NU to score the last basket of our first half. Locsin has it, seeing action for the first time this game. Miranda, back to Locsin, the handoff to Humamoy. Let's see what NU has in mind. It's down to 6 seconds. Humamoy outside, down to 3 seconds. Humamoy for a three, that is off the back iron. And that's gonna wrap things up for our first half. Our score, 47-35. The San Beda Red Lions earning themselves a 12-point advantage against the NU Bulldogs.
Your NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour would like to thank the
You're still tuning into the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. So far, our score is 47-35. A 12-point advantage for the reigning NCAA Season 101 champions, the San Beda University Red Lions. And again, NU will play catch-up come our third quarter as they're down by double digits. They've only scored 15 points in that second quarter compared to 27 of San Beda University. That's going to be quite a challenge for them. That has been a challenge for them for almost the whole game, their offensive production. Of course, not to mention the way they've defended poorly those three-point shots of San Beda. So far, San Beda has sank 7 three-point shots. Again, as you can see in our halftime statistics. Again, as I've mentioned, San Beda shooting 7 out of 15 from that three-point area. 46% to be precise. And San Beda also circulating the ball better on offense with 15 assists compared to 7 only of NU. And for the rebounding department, again, San Beda with a +2 in that one. But thanks to Mo Diasana, PJ Palacelos, NU not really down in that department as much as the other ones. But definitely San Beda shooting a much more better field goal percentage. And in terms of our leading scorers, only one player has had a double-figured outing so far. PJ Palacielo having 11 points. Francisco having 4, Humamoy having 4. I'm sure Coach Jeff Napa is expecting a lot from the rest of his guys, not named PJ Palacielo. But for San Beda, we have 3 sevens in that one. Kalimag with 7, Etulia with 7, JC Bonsalido also making his presence felt with 7 points. And that is quite a distributed scoring output for the San Beda Red Lions. Maybe the biggest reason why they have a 12-point advantage. But taking a look at our matchup for today. We've mentioned them a while ago. Who has the sharper fangs? Is it the Bulldog, that is Reinhard Humamoy, or the Red Lion, that is Daniel Marcelo? So far, both of them have 4 points. I'm sure both of these teams have made their assignments, did their assignments. They're aware of the capabilities of these players. So I'm sure for Coach Yuri, they would like to defend Reinhard Humamoy. And for Coach Jeff Napa, he's instructing his players to defend Daniel Marcelo. So I guess not at the end of the world for both of our teams. We still have 20 more minutes of action after this one. So let's see if Reinhard Humamoy and Daniel Marcelo can turn things around, of course, for the betterment of their respective squads. But right now, this is our choice play of the half. It's going to be a give-and-go action between Zed Etulia and Penny Estacio. It was a big three-pointer a while ago for Zed Etulia. Actually, a big three-point shooting game for San Beda overall. A give-and-go action. Once again, Zed Etulia on the top of the arc. Penny Estacio positioned on the right side of the arc. And then Etulia finding Estacio first. Faking a screen, a ghost screen as you may call it. And then quickly flaring to the right corner, hitting a 3. And Serrano, late response, contesting late. And Zed Etulia taking advantage, making their opponents pay. And right now, again, one of the biggest reasons why San Beda has a 12-point lead is because of their 7 out of 15 shooting from beyond the arc. Good for 46%. And while no Red Lion has scored double figures yet in this game, again, they have a very distributed scoring output. So that's going to be something NU will have to address come our second half. But right now, first dibs of our third quarter belonging to the San Beda University Red Lions. As Penny Estacio has it against Reinhard Humamoy. Estacio, the pick from Hawkins. Estacio, cross-court pass. Etulia will hand it off. Kalimag for 3. And that is short. Rebound pulled down by Cartel. This time, Laconsay attacks. Laconsay drawing a foul. And will have a chance to score the first points of our third quarter. Again, the NU Bulldogs scored only 15 points in that second quarter compared to 27 of San Beda. So it has been a struggle for them offensively to get things going. But right now, Laconsay first free throw, that's going to be a miss. A newcomer in this NU Bulldog squad. As you can see on your screens, the cheering squad of the San Beda University Red Lions in attendance. Second free throw coming up for DJ Laconsay. So right now, it's a 9-point lead, 11-point lead for the San Beda University Red Lions. A chance for them to extend it even further after Laconsay only went 1 out of 2 from his previous trip. Right now, it's Etulia with the basketball on the right side of the arc. Looking for a teammate, sends it outside. Wild shot coming from Estacio, but Beda gets it back. Smart attempt coming from Estacio. Speaking of, Estacio has it. He will attack from the right side. He will lose it. Everybody going for the basketball, but ultimately it will go with the NU Bulldogs. A minute passing by our third chapter. So NU will have a chance to trim down this 11-point advantage. A chance to make it just a single-digit difference as Cartel will attack left on that left side. He fades away, draws the foul, and 2 more free throws will be shot here by the NU Bulldogs as RC Galimag is in disbelief, not necessarily arguing with that or agreeing with that call.
13 RC against the first 2 on the red lines.
So free throw number 1 here for Chad Cartel, again previously played last UAAP Season 88 in the juniors division. Unfortunately lost against Wilhelm Caboniles and the FAU Diliman Baby Tamaraws in the finals. But again, it's good to see him suit up for the seniors rank, the Bulldogs. And good to see some continuity in the program of National University. But right now, second free throw here for Chad Cartel. And he will go 1 out of 2. So lead is at exactly 10 points for Beda. So again, it's not yet the end of the world for NU. We have a lot of time remaining. And a lot of time for Reinhard Humamoy to get going. Same goes actually with Daniel Marcelo. But only time will tell. As Estacio has it. Etulie, or rather that's Hawkins looking for an option. Estacio has it. The ghost screen from Etulie. Almost the same play a while ago. Almost the same play as our choice play of the half, but Etulie unable to knock down that right wing triple, although he's going to be shooting 3 free throws after a foul is called on Curl Figueroa. And speaking of Figueroa, his brother was a major departure for the NU Bulldogs, talking about Jake Figueroa, exhausting all of his playing years in college. So it's going to be quite a challenge for the NU Bulldogs next season to compete. It's going to be a bigger responsibility for Reinhard Humamoy. And so far, he has not yet exploded in this game, although Etulie will go 2 out of 2. And we'll have 1 more remaining in the tank. And I'm sure Coach Jeff Napa is also depending on the other newcomers such as Mo Diasana and DJ Laconsay, who are, by the way, on the floor right now. Humamoy handling the basketball. As you can see again, Coach Jeff Napa on your screens a while ago. Really depending a lot on his new guys. Not only the new guys, or not only the newcomers, but of course his rookies like Curl Figueroa and Chad Cartel, former Bullpups. Right now, Cartel unable to hit the 3. He tries to save it, but it's picked up by Zed Etulie. However, that's going to be a sloppy turnover for Zed Etulie, as we have almost 2 minutes passing by our third chapter. So we have PJ Palachelo checking in for Curl Figueroa. So far, PJ Palachelo with 11 points in this game. But again, his efforts alone won't be enough if they want to beat the reigning NCAA champions. So right now, we have another whistle against Beda.
Number 36, Hawkins, is 3 personal, 3 on the red lines. 15 seconds on the shot clock.
14 to shoot here for NU. Laconsay searching for an option, gives it up to Palachelo. It's back to DJ. Torculas tasked to defend Laconsay. This time it's Palachelo against Hawkins. Palachelo picks it up, puts one up. Too strong. Diasana gets it back. Diasana puts it back in with authority. Much needed production for the NU Bulldogs. So far has 4 points scored in this quarter. Etulie, or rather that's Estacio, outside to Torculas for 3. That is no good. Tapped away. Palachelo ends up with it. So NU with a chance to continue their momentum here. Humamoy though will lose it. Diasana dives for it, gives it up to Cartel. Palasielo with a spin. Baby hook, that goes in for PJ Palasielo. And with that, it's down to a 9-point difference between San Beda and NU. 50-41. As we have almost 3 minutes passing by our third chapter. We'll check it out one more time. Mo Diasana putting it back in, cleaning things up for NU. And then afterwards, it's PJ Palasielo with a beautiful spin move and the one-hander going in. Trimming down this San Beda lead to just 9 points, 50-41. As it's Zed Etulia once again receiving contact. So hopefully he's all okay. But as of right now, our officials still talking things over. So it looks like they will review things here.
All players, please proceed to the shaded area in front of your respective benches.
Again, our officials reviewing things once again. So far, PJ Palasielo with 13 points for National U. Add 4 rebounds to that stat line. And the next in the scoring department is Diasana with 6 points. Francisco has 4. So again, the efforts alone of PJ Palasielo won't be enough if they want to take down a team like San Beda, which are, by the way, the reigning NCAA champions. Again, we've highlighted Reinhard Humamoy before this game started. He's averaged close to 8.5 points per game. Speaking of Reinhard Humamoy, he had the ball this sequence. Diasana dived for it and tried to send it out to Cartel, but we heard the whistle. So looks like possession will go with San Beda. And we've talked about Reinhard Humamoy. Let's also talk about Daniel Marcelo. Again, we've mentioned him a couple of times already. Averages close to 13 points per game this outing. Currently not on the floor for San Beda, but we have a lot of time. Let's see if both Reinhard Humamoy and Daniel Marcelo can get going. Of course, for the sake of their teams. Offensive foul called on Bismarck Lina. That is a big development for San Beda, as right now they haven't scored a single field goal this period. They've only scored 3 points, which were the free throws of Zed Etulia a while ago. And you scoring 6 points so far. So a window of opportunity here for NU, as right now they're able to keep things at bay for San Beda, preventing them from scoring a basket. As we're past the 7-minute mark of our third quarter. Humamoy up top, defended by Estacio. The ghost screen from Diasana. Humamoy lays it up and lays it in off a beautiful crossover. So make it a 7-point difference. NU though will have to play defense, as Torculas has it on the left wing, defended by the much bigger PJ Palasielo. In terms of muscle, that is. Oh, Laconsay takes it away for National U. Another chance for NU to continue their good place here. Palasielo swings it to the corner. Cartel back to PJ. Palasielo steps into a 3. That is short. Cartel gets it back. Cartel hooks it back in. And just like that, San Beda's lead is trimmed down to 5 points. We have a 2-possession ball game here. And what a sequence for the NU Bulldogs, scoring 8 points in this quarter compared to San Beda's only 3 points. We have less than 6 minutes left to play, and we'll be back after this timeout. inside the Blue Eagle Gym, and in attendance are the members of the San Beda University golf team. And by the way, the golf tournaments of both the NCAA and the UAAP happened for the first time last seasons. For UAAP, it was last season 88, and for NCAA, it was last season 101. So it's good to see, of course, different sports getting opportunities, or different players from different sports getting opportunities and getting the spotlight. But right now, the spotlight are on NU and San Beda, as it's a 5-point lead for the Red Lions. Marcelo back on the floor. Let's see if he can catch fire. Hands it off to Torculas, and Torculas will score 2 points. Sean Torculas with some damage control for San Beda. That is the first field goal of the Red Lions this third quarter. Humamoy outside dish. Cartel with the basketball. Cartel outside the Laconsay. It's back to Humamoy. Shot clock at 7 for the Bulldogs. Humamoy going to work against Torculas. Humamoy fading away. Reinhardt, not that time. They try to save it. Possession will stay with NU. So Chad Cartel checking out. Tebol Garcia checking in. Paul Francisco also checking in, replacing DJ Laconsay. Looking to provide some offensive spark here for NU. As Humamoy will take it out from the baseline. Finds Francisco. This time Palachelo outside Tebol Garcia. Tebol to PJ for 3. That goes in for PJ Palachelo. Big shot for PJ Palachelo and NU. He is trimmed down to 4 points in terms of the San Beda University's lead. Albuena hands it off. Estacio with the basketball, swings it to the left side. Marcelo from downtown, and he answers back with a zone 3-point shot. So just like that, lead is back to 7 points. Let's see how NU approaches this one. Garcia has it. Tebol looking for an opening. Outside again, Francisco. Against Torculas. Humamoy, the fake. Almost lost it. Will put one up and will put one in off that beautiful runner. So continuous production here for NU, although they're still trailing here by 5 points. As we approach the 4-minute mark of our third chapter. Torculas, double team on him. And Torculas couldn't survive that blitz from NU. And they force a turnover here. Humamoy getting his flowers from his teammates. NU's bench loving the action that time defensively for their squad. As Estacio checks out. And it's Hamora and Etulia checking in for San Beda. So far, NU has scored 15 big points in our third quarter compared to 8 points of San Beda. A big disparity offensively, but let's see if NU can take advantage. Not that time for Reinhard Humamoy. And here goes Kyle Hamora. Being hounded here by Francisco. Torculas thought about the 3. Torculas getting fouled here by a Bulldog, as his team is leading by 5 points. So far, Aldous Torculas with 7 points, a single rebound, and has played close to 17 minutes. Another Red Lion. That's, of course, Coach Yuri Escueta waiting for Torculas to take over as well, but right now it's Daniel Marcelo with the basketball. Inside to Lina, beautiful play, but Lina just couldn't finish for San Beda. So right now a chance for NU to make this just a single possession game. Outside PJ for 3. Off the back iron. Rebound belongs to Zed Etulie. Etulie in transition, he will lose it, but we have a foul. And Coach Jeff Napa not agreeing with that call. Let's take another look. Again, Etulie had his eyes on the prize. Francisco forcing him to trip, but our officials deeming it as a foul in transition. So right now we have over 3 minutes left to play in our third quarter. 5-point lead here for San Beda. Marcelo with the basketball. Marcelo, the pick from Lina. Daniel steps back into a three. That is no good. Diasana grabs down the rebound. And here comes Devil Garcia and company. But a miscue for NU. And Coach Jeff not happy with that sequence. A big fumble for NU. And again, against a team like San Beda, you cannot afford to commit those kinds of mistakes. Hamora surveying the court here for San Beda. The Red Lions up by 5 points so far. Etulia hands it off to Hamora as he attacks left. Outside again, up top. Etulia takes it inside. Etulia escapes for 2 points. 7-point advantage for San Beda. Garcia searching for options. Devil Garcia attacks. Garcia outside. Alfanta for three. Much needed basket here for Mac Alfanta and the NU Bulldogs. It's back to a 4-point game. A lot of contact between Francisco and Marcelo that time around. But we'll take another look on that sequence a while ago from ZJ Etulie. Escaping Mo Diasana for 2 points, and then afterwards it was an outside spray from Tebol Garcia to a corner triple for Mac Alfanta. Offensive foul called on San Beda this possession. Bonzalida getting called for that offensive foul. So let's see if NU can make their opponents pay for that turnover. Meanwhile, Tebol Garcia with the basketball. The handoff coming from Alfanta. Garcia sends it to Diasana. Back to Garcia. Shot clock at 9. Garcia steps into a three. Would have been big for NU. But right now, Marcelo has it. Marcelo, fade away. Not that time. Pulled down by Diasana. A minute and a half remaining in our third chapter. Outside, it's Tebol Garcia. NU taking their time. Garcia shifting gears, puts it in off the glass. So just like that, it's a 2-point game. A 1-possession lead only for San Beda, as so far they've only scored 10 points this quarter. That's gonna be an area of concern for Coach Yuri Escueta. As right now it's Daniel Marcelo, outside spray. Hamora from downtown, and he puts it in, plus the foul. Kyle Hamora with a beautiful shooting game so far in our semifinals matchup. Let's take another look. Kyle Hamora with his third three-pointer of the game, not to mention a chance to make it a 4-point play. So far, he has 9 points in this game, along with 2 rebounds. Averaged only 1.5 points per game in the whole tournament. Played only 9 minutes, or averaged a total of 9 minutes so far in the whole tournament. But right now has stepped up big time for the San Beda Red Lions. So Coach Yuri Escueta getting called for a warning. But right now, San Beda enjoying this possible 4-point play. I believe Coach Yuri and maybe Coach Jeff exchanging some words, but just a few of them. Our officials quick to stop them.
Technical foul on the Red Lions head coach, Yuri Escueta, for the second infraction of sportsmanlike.
So that's going to be a big development for San Beda. Coach Yuri getting called for a technical foul just after a good play coming from Kyle Hamora and the Red Lions. So let's see if NU is able to shift the momentum towards to their direction after this big development from San Beda. So technical free throw first will be shot here by the Red Lions, or rather by NU. It's going to be Paul Francisco. Another player Coach Jeff is waiting to explode this game.
Shooting the technical rebound is Paul Francisco.
Paul Francisco at the line. So far, has 4 points in this game. Make it 5 with that free throw, along with 2 rebounds and 2 dimes. But then again, that won't be enough if Coach Jeff Napa and the rest of his teammates would want to win against this San Beda team. Again, the reigning champions of the NCAA. But right now, bonus freebie. A chance to make it a 3 or a 4-point play for Kyle Hamora. A while ago, it was a right wing triple. So far has 3 points or 3 3-pointers in this game. And he's able to put himself in double figures at 10 points after that 4-point conversion. So right now it's Tebol Garcia with the basketball. Alfanta back to Garcia. Tebol Garcia attacks. Tebol Garcia missing at the doorstep. And Giasana couldn't clean things up for NU. Meanwhile, Songkuya looking for a teammate. Gives it up to Hamora. Etulia has it up top. Crossing over Giasana. Will give it back to Hamora. Hamora steps back. Shot clock at 9 for San Beda. The Red Lions losing time. They have 4 seconds remaining. Etulia denied by Giasana. Beautiful defensive sequence for the boys of Coach Jeff Napa. As we have 21 seconds remaining in our third quarter. So NU will have a chance to score the last basket of our third quarter. They're only down by 5 points, 61 to 56. It's down to 15 seconds. Garcia inside to Serrano. Outside again to Garcia. It's down to 9 seconds. Garcia decides to shoot it. That won't go. San Beda will have little time remaining. 3 seconds to work with here. Songkuya to beat the buzzer. And that's gonna do it for the first 30 minutes of action. Our score so far, 61 to 56. San Beda holding on to a thin margin of 5. NU exploding in our third quarter, scoring 21 points compared to 14 only of San Beda. Although San Beda had an explosion for themselves in that second quarter, 27 compared to 15 only of NU. But it all boils down to our fourth and final quarter. So stay tuned once again, only here in the NSAC 2026. Back inside the Blue Eagle Gym in Ateneo de Manila University, we approach the fourth and final quarter of the semifinals matchup. Once again between the underdogs of the UAAP, the NU Bulldogs, and one of the most decorated collegiate basketball programs in the country, the San Beda Red Lions. And it all boils down to this one, the fourth and final quarter. And once again, we're playing in the very historic neutral grounds, Ateneo de Manila University. Quite ironic yet poetic venue for this clash between two teams with contrasting themes. As first dibs of our fourth quarter belong to Reinhard Humamoy and the NU Bulldogs, and they also scored their first basket of this fourth quarter. And just like that, it's a 2-point game, 61-59. Marcelo outside to Etulia. Right side incursion, loses it on his way to the cup, but possession will stay with the Red Lions. So far, it's Zed Etulia leading the charge for San Beda with 12 points. Hamora contributing 10 points, and JC Bonsalida with 7. But on the other side of the floor, only one Bulldog has scored in double figures. PJ Palacielo has 16. Humamoy has 8. Yasana has 6. But then again, it's not yet late for someone like Reinhard Humamoy to explode and make it a completely different ball game in our fourth quarter, as our officials taking another look on that previous sequence. And in a game like this one, every possession will matter. So props to our officials for really taking their time to review things and to see, of course, to thoroughly check the plays out again and again. But talking about the San Beda Red Lions, so far they've sank 9 3-pointers out of 22, good for 40% from beyond the arc, compared to NU's only 5 out of 18 shooting, 27% for them. So safe to say, San Beda's strength, at least for this one, for this game, has been their 3-point shooting. But as of right now, NU only trailing by 2 points, so maybe they've found quite a solution to defending those kinds of shots for San Beda. But then again, that's going to be a different problem for them, as they've also been struggling offensively. Again, so far, only PJ Palacielo has really got it going. Correction, Rainer Dumamoy also has 11 points, so 2 Bulldogs have scored in double figures. Palacielo with 16, Humamoy with 11. But then again, I'm sure if you're familiar with what Rainer Humamoy is capable of, you know that 11 points is not something that, you know, is regular for him. I'm sure Coach Jeff Napa is still searching more from his lefty junior. But right now, our officials still reviewing the play, so there's quite a long review. But Coach Yuri Escueta taking this time, taking advantage of this lull to, you know, use it as a mini timeout. Same goes with the boys of NU. As we'll check it out one more time, the previous sequence. So the coach's challenge of Coach Jeff Napa is unsuccessful, and San Beda will retain possession here. Again, 2-point lead here for San Beda, a chance to add to that lead as Marcelo has it. The fake from him. Daniel Marcelo making things happen, and he will put it in for 2 points. So Daniel Marcelo with 9 points in this game, along with 5 rebounds and 5 dimes. An all-around performance so far for Daniel Marcelo, but I'm sure Coach Yuri is expecting a lot of scoring output from him. PJ Palacielo backing down Maynard Sunkuya. Laconsay from downtown, and he puts it in. DJ Laconsay making his presence felt early in our fourth quarter, as we have more than a minute passing by this one. Marcelo attacks. Marcelo denied by Laconsay. Beautiful defense coming from NU. And the bench of NU loving the action. As we'll check it out one more time again. Unselfish play from Reinhard Humamoy, locating his open teammate, DJ Laconsay. So right now, it's only a 1-point lead for San Beda. So safe to say we have a close one. So far, only 2 points for San Beda in this quarter, as we have more than a minute passing by our fourth and final chapter. Marcelo the fake. Marcelo to Torculas. Out of bounds. Shot clock violation called on San Beda. So another beautiful defensive sequence for National U. And more importantly, a chance for them to take the lead here. Either a 3-pointer or a 2-pointer, it doesn't matter. They're only down by 1 point, 63-62. Humamoy will set up the play here for NU. Cordell on that left side of the arc. This time, it's Palacielo. Under the corner. Backing down Sunkuya, the blitz on him. Laconsay from the corner, same spot, but different result. As here comes Daniel Marcelo. Again, so far has 9 points in this outing. Marcelo attacks. Marcelo puts it in, plus the foul. And Daniel Marcelo officially now in double figures, 11 points and counting. And not to mention a chance to make it a 3-point play. And more importantly, making it a 3-point lead for the Red Lions. As we check it out one more time. Scoring over the much taller and bigger Mo Diasana. Again, Daniel Marcelo averages close to 13 points per game in our NSAC 2026. So right now, a chance to make it a 3-point play. So far, he has 11 points in this outing.
Bulldogs head coach Jeff Napa for sportsmanlike conduct.
So Coach Jeff Napa this time getting called for a warning. A while ago, it was Coach Yuri Escuera getting called for a technical foul. This is quite a huge development. Because at this point of the game, I'm sure NU cannot afford to lose the momentum they have.
All players, please proceed to the shaded area in front of your respective benches.
So we have another stoppage of play. Our officials will check things out one more time. As we have almost 2 minutes passing by, our final chapter here. So both NU and Beda will use this stop as a mini timeout. So far, 3 Red Lions are now in double figures. Etuli has 12, Marcelo has 11 after that and 1, and Hamora has 10 after that 4-point play a while ago. But for NU, only 2 Bulldogs have scored in double figures. Palacielo has 16, Humamoy has 11. But it's still a close one here, so too early to tell who's going to be escaping with a semifinals dub here. But as of right now, our officials still taking a look. And so far, NU sinking 6 3-pointers out of 20 compared to San Beda's 9. And so far, San Beda also shooting a better percentage at the charity stripe with 72%, good for 16 out of 22. But for NU, it's 12 out of 18 for them, good for 66%. So far, San Beda still leading the assists department with 19 compared to 12 only of NU, as they've proven to be the much better team in terms of circulating the ball on offense, finding the best shot possible. They've also out-rebounded NU so far, a +5 for them in the rebounding category with 32 compared to 27 only of National U. But then again, in the pregame, we've mentioned that San Beda is the 5th best when it comes to taking care of the basketball. That is a turnover number for them, but so far they have 12 turnovers compared to 5 of NU. As we'll check this out one more time. A sequence for NU. It was PJ Palacielo handling that basketball and then quick blitz on him. So that was what our officials reviewed. But right now it's Daniel Marcelo shooting a bonus freebie. A chance to continue his and one a while ago and make it a 3-point play. Daniel Marcelo with a free throw here and he puts it in. So it's a 4-point advantage for San Beda. Humamoy to Cortel. Back to Palacielo, fading away. Rolls out of the rim. Out of bounds, possession will go back to the Red Lions. As we have 3 minutes passing by our 4th and final chapter. 4-point lead here for San Beda. Marcelo will bring it down. And Etuli has it. Etuli looking for a teammate. Gives it to the right side. Kalimag with the basketball. The pick from Hawkins. RC Kalimag fading away. A basket and one. RC Kalimag once again with some offensive production. And not to mention a 3-point play. Let's check it out one more time. RC Kalimag stomping, popping, and dropping. Kalimag so far with 9 points in this game. Another Red Lion potentially to be in double figures if he makes this free throw. Averages close to 8.5 points per game this NSAC 2026. But he's unable to make it a 3-point play, so he has so far 9 points in this one. Humamoy to Cartel, back to Humamoy. Garcia trying to get free, but it's still with Reinhard Humamoy. The swing to Cartel. He tries a 3 and he puts it in. Chad Cartel from downtown. And it's back to a 3-point game. Oh, wait a minute. Some love between Mo Diasana and Lawrence Hawkins, but first, this 3-point field goal from the left wing coming from the young Chad Cartel. Fresh from a finals appearance with the NU Bullpups last season, but we have some development here, some color developing between NU. As you can see, they're all hyped up, having some fun here. Some love being shown here between Beda and NU. And again, I'm sure everybody expected this one. As I've mentioned a while ago, the perennial underdogs of the UAAP trying to prove something to one of the most decorated collegiate basketball programs in the country, Beda. And again, ironically yet poetically, all of this is happening in the Ateneo de Manila University Blue Eagle Gym, where poetically again, Coach Yuri used to play for in college. So right now, our officials still reviewing things here. Coach Jeff Napa also having a word with one of our referees. As we have almost 3 minutes passing by our fourth quarter. 3-point lead here for the Red Lions. $68-65 is our score. Again, 3 Red Lions in double figures, namely Zed Etulie, Daniel Marcelo, and Kyle Hamora. Although RC Kalimag does have 9 points and scored an and one a while ago. But for NU, it's still Palachelo and Humamoy, although Cartel has 8 points. So our officials really taking their time, but our players now on the floor in their respective baskets. The 5 for Beda, it's Hawkins, Estacio, Kalimag, Etulie, and Turculas. For NU, it's Diasana, Cartel, Palachelo, Humamoy, and Tebel Garcia. Once again, our next game is a big one. It's going to be between the DLSU Green Archers and the UST Growling Tiger. So again, the reigning champions of the UAAP will go up against one of the top contenders of the UAAP as well. That's going to be a good matchup. A much more similar theme compared to this one. Again, NU, the perennial underdogs of the UAAP, trying to prove something against a team that is in a completely different league, but they're dominating that league. Talking about the Beda Red Lions. And again, quite ironic but poetic that it's all happening here. The culmination of everything is happening here in the Blue Eagle Gym. But then again, we have a battle for the third place. So the loser of this matchup and the loser of our next matchup will still have a chance to have a presence in the podium. But right now, our officials still reviewing it. As you can see, they're all focused on that monitor, but that is the beauty of having these kinds of officials. They are the experts of these situations. But then again, with that comes a lot of pressure. So definitely salute to our referees and our officials. But right now, looks like they have a final verdict. So let's see. Right now, Beda with a 3-point lead here. as we have over 7 minutes left to play in our fourth quarter, so quite a long stop here. And if you can see some green shirts in our venue, that is because, again, we have a next matchup between the DLSU Green Archers and the UST Growling Tigers. I'm sure there's going to be yellow here pretty soon, but looks like our greenies are early in our Blue Eagle gym. And it looks like the Animo squad of DLSU is also present. As you can see on our screens, on the right side of things, we have the pep squad of the San Beda University Red Lions. But right now, our officials still talking things over. But I believe they already have a final verdict as they're currently communicating it to our venue announcer. But we see Coach Jeff Napa still talking with one of our officials. But if you know Coach Jeff Napa, he's really like that. He's, very vocal with his views and opinions. But then again, our officials have the best angle of the action. So what they say is, the final verdict. But as you can see, Coach Jeff Napa just laughing it out, having a good time. His team down by 3, so, not really a big issue. But I'm sure later on, it's going to be more intense. Again, our score is 68-65. Let's talk numbers for a while. Again, 19 assists so far for San Beda University compared to 13 only of NU.
There was a double foul called on number 16.
So it looks like we have a big development here.
And on number,
we have some fouls here called on NU.
And technical foul for second motion.
So a lot of things happening.
On number 5,
I believe we have an unsportsmanlike foul, we have a technical foul, and we have a regular foul, as mentioned by our venue announcer. So a lot of activity here. But you can expect, I'm sure to some extent our viewers have expected this one to be really intense as early as, the first 3 minutes of our fourth quarter. But right now it's ZJ Etulie shooting free throws here. First one is good, or free throw. But wait a minute, we seem to have some miscommunication between Coach Jeff Napa and our officials. Humamoy also joining the conversation. So a lot of confusion here. So it looks like no more free throws. So that was a technical free throw of Zed Etulie. And right now, I believe our officials, at least right now, they're pointing that they're Coach Jeff Napa having fun with one of our officials. But right now, possession will stay with San Beda. So in an intense game like this, it's good to see that Coach Jeff is, still laughing it out. But right now, we continue the action here. San Beda with this possession. Estacio outside to Kalimag. He'll try a 3. And that's another foul on the active shooting for the NU Bulldogs. Humamoy getting called on that one. Kalimag will be shooting 3 free throws and a chance to put himself in double figures. As we check it out one more time, again, Kalimag so far has 9 points in this game. Talking about RC Kalimag, the older Kalimag, between him and Richie. So right now it's San Beda leading the charge here with 4 points. And a chance to extend it even further with 3 free throws for RC Kalimag, although that first free throw is going to be a miss. Again, so far he has 9 points and 2 rebounds. He's averaged close to 9 points per game as well in 19 minutes of action as that first or second free throw checks in. Third free throw here for RC Kalimag. A correction, so he went 0 out of 3. So still 9 points for him. And a bullet dodged here by the NU Bulldogs. Our score 69-65. Francisco on the left side of the arc. Palacielo goes right, will hand it off to Tebol Garcia. He's up against Estacia, outside again to Francisco for a 3, and he puts it in. And once again, we have a 1-point game. So safe to say, no lead is safe here for San Beda. They're hanging on to this 1-point advantage. Estacio from way outside. The pick from Hawkins. Etulia, baseline drive. Etulia tried to send it inside. Diasana gets a hold of it. And NU once again with a beautiful defensive possession here. This time, an offensive possession for them. Garcia to Francisco. This time, Palacielo near the corner. Outside again, Francisco for 3. Back to back for ball, Francisco. And with that, NU now with a 2-point lead. 71-69. And some sense of urgency here for San Beda. As Coach Yuri Escueta instructing his boys to execute that play, although NU will take it away. Ball Francisco. That's too strong of a pass coming from Diasana. However, Tebol Garcia able to interrupt the passing lanes. As we'll check this out one more time. A while ago, it was Paul Francisco hitting a 3-pointer from that left corner. And then afterwards, he says, wait a minute, let's take things from the top of the arc. And rattles that one home. Back-to-back 3-pointers for the sharp-shooting Paul Francisco, who, by the way, has 8 points in this game. Correction, 11 points in this game. So right now, 3 Bulldogs and double figures. 2-point lead for NU. Marcelo fading away to tie things up, and he puts it in off the window. Daniel Marcelo making his presence felt as we approach our 5-minute mark of the 4th quarter. Cortel hands it off. Back to him. Cortel to the corner. PJ escaping Hawkins. PJ Palacielo escapes. Basket and 1 for PJ Palacielo. And just like that, NU once again with a 2-point lead and a chance to make it a 3-point play for PJ Palacielo, who has 18 points so far in this game, along with 6 rebounds in a single dime. PJ Palacielo at the line. Bonus freebie. 3-point play completed for PJ. And more importantly, it makes it a 3-point advantage for the NU Bulldogs. So Estacio will check out. So the backcourt right now for San Beda is Daniel Marcelo and Kyle Hamora, defended by the backcourt of NU, Francisco and Humamoy. Hamora right now against Humamoy. The screen from Lina. Hamora finds Etulie. Back to Lina, back to Hamora. Shot clock at 9 for the Red Lions. Outside it's Etulie. Shot clock down to 4 seconds. Taken away by Palacielo. Francisco in transition. Francisco challenges the defense of Daniel Marcelo, and he scores 2 points. 5-point advantage for the NU Bulldogs. Marcelo, quick answer from Daniel Marcelo. Quick production from both of our squads. And lead is down to 2 points for the Bulldogs. Palacielo against Lina. Things getting more intense here. Francisco steps into a 3. Not that time. Diasana with a cleanup job plus the foul. And what presence of mind being showcased by Mo Diasana. But first, this basket in transition from Paul Francisco, challenging the defense of Daniel Marcelo. But Daniel Marcelo, unfazed by that basket, quickly answering with his own basket, that time from beyond the arc. But this time around, bonus freebie unable to go in for Mo Diasana. But NU does have a 2-possession lead, 78-74. Marcelo with the basketball. So far has 17 points in this game. Marcelo step back for three, puts it in. Daniel Marcelo is unconscious. Humamoy with the basketball. Garcia taken away by Hamora. Sloppy turnover for the NU Bulldogs. However, NU takes it back. Humamoy stops outside the Diasana. Palachelo. Oh, taken away by Hamora. Sloppy turnover once again for the Bulldogs. Helter-skelter basketball for NU and San Beda. As you can see, Coach Yuri Escueta getting fired up. Very animated reactions from both Coach Jeff and Coach Yuri. NU right now with a 1-point lead. And we have under 3 minutes left to play in this fourth quarter. DJ Laconsay getting reinserted by Coach Jeff Napa. Paul Francisco will take a breather. Marcelo will trigger things from the baseline. This time it's Hamora. On the left side of the arc, will hand it off to Marcelo. So far has 17 points in this game. Marcelo fading away. Not that time for Daniel Marcelo. Would have brought the house down. Correction, Marcelo has 20 big points in this outing. Safe to say Marcelo has exploded. And arguably the most crucial part of this game, but Tebo Garcia also contributing 2 points and makes it a 3-point advantage for Coach Jeff Napa and the NU Bulldogs. San Beda right now with possession. Torculas backing down the much smaller Garcia. And he will take advantage of that height disparity. And he's going to be shooting 2 free throws after fishing for a foul. Again, Coach Yuri all fired up. Very animated reactions from Coach Jeff and Coach Yuri. But right now, it's Aldous Torculas at the free throw line. Crucial free throws here. As first one is a swish. Second free throw coming up for Aldous Torculas. So far, it's a 2-point lead for NU. A chance to make it just a 1-point difference with the second free throw coming from Aldous Torculas, who, by the way, has 8 points in this game. He will miss that second free throw. And here we go. Hold on to your seats. We enter the last 2 minutes of action in this semifinals matchup between NU and San Beda. Garcia outside to Palachelo for 3. Bingo! DJ Palachelo with a big time shot from that right corner. He makes it a 5-point difference. Pressure being pressed upon the shoulders of San Beda University. Marcelo to Etulie. This time Hamora inside Etulie once again. Etulie looking for an opening. He does. Beautiful footwork from ZJ Etulie. And it's a 3-point game, although San Beda will get it back. Etulie from downtown. Not that time. Would have tied things up at 83 all, but right now we have over a minute left to play in our fourth quarter. Humamoy getting hounded by Hamora. Offensive foul called on Reinhard Humamoy. That is a big development for NU. A crucial turnover for Reinhard Humamoy, as we'll say another look in this previous sequence. Humamoy overextending that right elbow. And Kyle Hamora doing a good job of selling that call. So we have a timeout here, over a minute left. 3-point lead for NU. back inside the Blue Eagle Gym. Over a minute left to play in our fourth and final quarter. NU with a 3-point lead, although that was a crucial turnover a while ago for Reinhard Humamoy. But for the Menjola side of things, it's going to be a chance for them to either tie things up or trim down this NU lead to just 1 point. Under a minute left to play. Marcelo almost lost it. Laconsay defending him. Marcelo step back to tie things up. Not that time for Daniel Marcelo. Torculas tried to save it, but it goes out of bounds. Marcelo unable to tie things up at 83 all, but we still have little time remaining. .42 seconds remaining. Crucial sequences here for NU and San Beda. Palasielo thought about the three. Backing down Lina. Palasielo fading away. That is short for Palasielo. Another chance for San Beda to make things happen. Again, either tie things up or trim down this lead. That's a miss from Daniel Marcelo. And Laconsay with a crucial save. Same goes with Francisco. Francisco in the corner, but he steps out of bounds. So San Beda once again with a lucky break, a chance to tie things up with 10.5 seconds remaining in our fourth quarter. But first, we have a timeout called by Coach Yuri Escueta. Again, last 10.5 seconds of our fourth quarter. 3-point lead for NU, and we'll be back for more NSAC action. Back inside the Blue Eagle Gym for the last 10.5 seconds of our fourth quarter. Once again, NU with a 3-point lead here, 83-80. And perhaps the last chance of San Beda to tie things up here. And so far, Daniel Marcelo has 20 points. Etuli has 15, Hamora has 10. All of them have been shooting a good percentage from downtown. So a lot of options for Coach Yuri Escueta. But let's see who's tasked or who's open to shoot that game-tying shot. Right now, Estacio will bring it out. Estacio searching for a teammate. Finds Daniel Marcelo. Defended by Laconsay. Marcelo fading away. Well defended by NU. And then Francisco gets a hold of it. And that's gonna wrap things up for the semifinals matchup. The National University Bulldogs will escape this one with a close win, 83-80 against the San Beda University Red Lions. What a game it has been. Again, the perennial underdogs of the UAAP. taking down Beda University. But right now, our rebounder of the game presented to you by Reyes Barbecue is Mo Diasana with 12 rebounds. But our most outstanding player of this one, the mainstay Bulldog of Coach Jeff Napa, that is PJ Palachelo, tallying 22 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 dimes, and proving to be a main contributor for the NU Bulldogs come season 89 of the UAAP. And what a game it has been again. Unfortunately, only one can remain. And for this one, at least for this tournament, it's going to be the NU Bulldogs. And they'll be proceeding to our finals phase. And they'll be facing whoever wins in that DLSU versus UST matchup after this one. And speaking of, yes, that is quite a big matchup. Again, the reigning champions of UAAP basketball, that is the DLSU Green Archers going up against the UST Growling Tigers. Then again, still props to Beda for really putting up a show. At the end of the day, they are still one of the most decorated collegiate basketball programs in the country. So that is it. That's going to wrap things up for the semifinals matchup. Once again, my name is Cholo Pangilinan, and on behalf of everybody who made this tournament possible, thank you very much for tuning in to the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. And again, up next, it's the reigning champions of the UAAP, the LSU Green Archers, going up against the top contenders also of the UAAP, the UST Growling Tigers.